Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today, let's go ahead and get started with this. This is a menu from Emporium Pies from Dallas. It is a beautiful menu. Great pies, by the way, so if you're ever in Bishop Arts here in Dallas, Texas, make sure to stop by their location. This was a beautiful menu, and it has this like pearlescent shine on the front of it, and I thought it would be perfect to create a card out of the front of this piece. So I don't know who the original artist is, but I do know that it came from Emporium Pies on their menu, and I thought it would be a great way to use this and upcycle it into a card. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim off all the edges of this menu, make it all nice and pretty. By the way, if my voice sounds a little hoarse, it's because I am sick yet again. So I have had a kind of hoarse voice. Okay, so I'm going to grab these green Every L pre-made card bases, and I figured this dark green would work best with the colors that are in this menu piece. I think it's going to look great. I don't know why I put it behind at first. Hello, Ian, wake up. I put it in the front and it looks great, gives a great border on either side, and I think it's just going to be a really, really nice piece to put on the front of this card. It's going to look gorgeous. Everyone's going to love it. So I cut it down so that way it would fit. I'll use that other piece on some other project, not sure where, but I'm sure I can figure something out. Next, I grabbed my Misty stamping tool. I'm going to go ahead and pull this stamp set out of my drawer. I have it from... this is, of course, a Close to My Heart stamp set. Now, there are coordinating Cricut cuts for this set, but unfortunately, my Cricut, I left it up at work. So, I didn't have my Cricut, but you'll see what I do in a minute. So, the first thing I do is I grab this Misty stamping tool, of course, and then I grab this stamp. There we go, finally grabbing the stamp right there. I'm going to grab this stamp and peel it off. This is the first time I'm using it, so I'm stamping it, or I'm inking it up really well with some Versamark ink right there, and then I'm going to stamp it nicely. I actually stamped it twice to make sure that I got good coverage of that Versamark across the page of that little note card that you see there. And I'm going to peel it up, and it wants to stick, so I'm going to go ahead and prep it. I'm going to use this great heat embossing from Ranger. It's the silver fine detail embossing powder. I love the look of it, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this right on top, get into all those areas, and very soon I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss this and make it all nice and shiny and beautiful and gorgeous, and oh, I can't wait. So there we go, I'm heat embossing it, and as I heat emboss it, I realized that this is not going to work out. The detail was lost in the stamp, so as I'm looking at it, I'm realizing you can't read the words that are on it, hardly at all. You can see the happy, but the little words above it are just, they're not there. You can't see them, and it has great shine, it looks beautiful, you just can't read a darn word on there, except for happy. I can see happy very well. So I realized that I need to figure out another stamp, not necessarily another stamp, but I wanted to try a different ink to maybe see if I could get it looking a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out this, I don't remember what shade it is, I'll put it down in the description below. It is a ink from Close to My Heart, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I stamped it twice, which maybe was not the best idea because it started to fill in those letters again. I think overall it looks fine, no big deal. Everybody gets the message that you're trying to send, but I may not have, I probably shouldn't have stamped it twice. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lay all this down. I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow Extreme Adhesive Roller. Put that on the back of this, just like so. Boom, just like that. Look how nice that is. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this onto the front of the card and glue it all down. And it's really hard for me to get stuff centered, but I'm going to try my absolute best to get this as centered as possible, and I think I did a pretty good job for once. So I'm going to apply some foam adhesive onto the back of the stamped piece, and I have been accused of putting way too much foam on the back of panels, but I feel like it needed it. It needed all that support behind it, and I don't know. Maybe it didn't, maybe it did, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off the backing paper, and it was missing something. So I grabbed some neutral thread that I had on the sewing machine right next to me, and I just decided to lay it out and put this down on top of it, and of course the foam adhesive grabs it, and I try to like pick it up and it doesn't do exactly what I want, but that's how it came out, and I think it looks great. Perfect card for around Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked today's video, and I hope you will subscribe. Hopefully I'll be back with a better voice next week. Alright guys, remember, keep it off kilter. Bye!